serial murderer. Now set my friend Frank Frankfurter free.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Jay, and welcome to Prime Video's Ending Explained. Welcome to Prime Video Ending Explained, where I'll be your server today to help you break down what happened at the end of Season 1 of Sausage Party Foodtopia. With so many tasty food items to choose from, this 8-course meal can be a lot to digest all at once. We don't want to leave a sour taste in your mouth at all with this video. Our food isn't spoiled in any way, but spoiler alert for those who haven't had the chance to finish the season yet. Now that you've been forewarned, let's get into it, shall we? Following the events of the 2016 animated hit movie, we see our friends Frank, Brenda, and Barry, with the help of the rest of the food from the grocery store Shopwells, fighting some nearby humans, or humies as they would call them. This is an all-out fight for survival for our favorite snack foods, and they are not taking any prisoners, at first. After defeating the humies and taking over the nearby parking lot, well, let's just say they decide to celebrate with one another. In Season 1, we follow Frank, Brenda, and Barry as they help lead their fellow grocery store food items to build their own society named Foodtopia. But once they get a taste of the outside world, they quickly realize they may have bitten off a little bit more than what they can chew.
I think I speak for everyone here when I say, humies! Them! They dictated our lives for too long, trapping us in their supermarkets,
separating us by aisles and shelves,
chewing us up in their mouths,
and then squeezing us out of their stinky butts.
We are free! We are equal! From the plumpest butterball turkey to the tiniest, cutest little grain of rice. Look at these guys!
I love you, Frank!
Now let's take a look at how the end of Season 1 plays out. Leading up to the finale, in Episode 7, we see Julius has gained power by winning the election for the new leader of Foodtopia. Barry and Brenda have both lost their trust in Frank after discovering he was having unnatural relations with Jack. Yeah, I know. Feeling bad about how things ended, he calls it quits with Jack to prove his loyalty to his friend and the true love of his life. Brenda then discovers the real master chef behind Julius's actions, a small piece of sticky rice who has been controlling the mind and actions of Julius from within him. This leads to a big altercation where half of Brenda gets washed down the drain, but things really start to boil in the season finale. At the beginning of Episode 8, we see our favorite foods all potluck together at the funeral of Brenda Bunsen. Tears are streaming down their faces as they cannot believe that half of their fearless leaders have perished. Singing a catchy tune with the lyrics, "Brenda turned to mush in the sink," we can see how everyone is upset at the shocking turn of events. We also get glimpses of Frank alone in a crate jail cell, filled with despair. We then cut to Sammy grieving for Brenda and seeing the ghost of his long-lost lover Lavash when Julius the Orange shows up. Julius blackmails Sammy to tell a lie to the rest of Foodtopia, telling them Frank killed Brenda. He uses another food item in his buttery voice to convince Sammy to report the story they agreed to. Sammy is left feeling conflicted and confused when news breaks that Frank is the killer.
Barry, I'm sorry when you told me that story about being a runt, and then I tackled you off your horror chair and, called you a runt, and then, I threw that bottle of whiskey at you. Definitely, not me at my best.
Oh, that's okay.
After Frank's guilty verdict, Sammy and Barry go and visit Frank in jail to be with their friend. Frank pleads his innocence to his friends, but fears all hope is lost. He embraces his fate to join those who have left to the true great beyond, and Barry interjects and says,
"We're busting you out of here. We didn't have time to tattoo the blueprints of this building on Sammy's back, so we're gonna need to tunnel our way out. Sammy, hand me the spork."
You were serious about that?
Barry and Sammy begin brainstorming ways to bring Frank out of jail when they run into an older sausage. They then discover the charcuterie board of lies Julius has been telling everyone in the colony, from Frank being framed for killing Brenda to who is the real mastermind behind all of the recent chaos. It appears that Julius is being controlled from within by a small grain of rice, and his victorious win was in fact orchestrated against his will. Barry and Sammy bring the evidence to show the rest of the food colony, but need a way to break past the task force set in place by Julius. And even though he doesn't want to, Barry goes and enlists Jack the Humie to help save Frank. At first, Jack is still hurt about his breakup with Frank, but after some convincing, he is up for the cause. Frank is then brought from his prison cell to a public execution where he is tied up and held over an open barbecue pit flame. They are going to roast him alive. Barry knows they only have one chance to save Frank in time, so with the help of Jack, they latch themselves onto the bottom of a frisbee to get to the ceremony in time to save and exonerate Frank. By the skin of his sausage body, Frank is saved and Barry manages to extract the rice grain from Julius. Frank starts giving a speech about second chances and offers one to the grain of rice. Out of nowhere, we see the crows scoop in and eat the grain of rice. The food colony is left confused about who should be leading them once Julius denounces his claim to the power. Frank gives an emotional speech about how all the foods should follow Brenda's vision and live together in harmony. This vision includes putting down their human teeth and sharing their love and resources with each other. However, this angry group of food is not convinced yet. This leads to Frank using Jack's help to scare the foods into order.
That's right! You should fear me! Because I eat food!
Is that alright, Frank?
As the menu closes on season 1, we see a drone hovering over the entire city of Foodtopia. Up until now, the only way that humans could interact with food is with bath salts. This is how their minds would open up and they can communicate between one another. But with this drone flying above them, could whoever be watching see all of these events unfold another way? I guess we'll have to wait to see if we ever get our answer. There you have it, everything you need to know about season 1 of Sausage Party Foodtopia, now streaming on Prime Video. Once again, my name is Jay, and thank you for watching this special episode of Prime Video Ending Explained.